We are grateful to you, sir, for joining us today as we reaffirm our commitment to public welfare and proactive action in that direction. We welcome Thiru S. Anthony, Managing Trustee of the Anthony Charitable Trust, whose unwavering commitment to the cause of channelizing young minds towards progress has enabled us to come together at a forum such as this. Thank you and welcome, sir. We are also privileged to have with us our beloved Principal, Dr. Lillian I. Jasper. We welcome you, Madam. We are grateful to you for your continued support and encouragement in all of our endeavors. Drug abuse is a challenge that transcends boundaries and impacts individuals, families, and communities. At Women's Christian College, we are committed not only to educating students, but also engaging with the community to address this issue with compassion, knowledge, and action. At this juncture, I wish to welcome all guests and special invitees. I extend a heartfelt welcome to all of them. To my dear colleagues from the Department of English and across departments, and our dear students, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you for your unstinted support and cooperation. Thank you all for joining us, and we do hope that this program will engage us in proactively creating awareness, fostering understanding, and building a healthy future for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. We now move to the felicitation ceremony. At the outset, I request the Principal of Women's Christian College, Dr. Lillian I. Jasper, to felicitate our Chief Guest, the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu. I now invite Thiru S. Anthony, Managing Trustee of Anthony Charitable Trust, to felicitate the Honorable Governor. I now invite Srimati Daisy Anthony, Trustee of Anthony Charitable Trust, to felicitate the Principal, Dr. Lillian I. Jasper. I now invite the Vice Principal, Srimati Lissy Angelina, to felicitate Thiru S. Anthony, Managing Trustee of Anthony Charitable Trust. Thank you. It is my pleasure to invite our beloved Principal, Dr. Lillian I. Jasper, to deliver the felicitation address.
Good morning and welcome to all of you gathered here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our beloved Governor to this institution. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment of the Government of India launched the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan, which has mandated various activities to spread preventive education and awareness generation through higher educational institutions and through university and college campuses to make India drug-free. The state government has also initiated activities to curb it. Women's Christian College, in its mission statement, of providing meaningful and relevant education, which apart from making students intellectually well-trained, also emphasizes moral uprightness and social awareness. We are glad to be a part of the social movement that the Government of India and the state of Tamil Nadu have initiated. We are honored and privileged to have our Honorable Governor, Thiru R.N. Ravi, here with us today. Our Governor served as an IPS officer and led several anti-corruption crusades against organized gangs, including mining mafias. Sir has served as Governor of Nagaland before he came to Tamil Nadu. He also served as Deputy National Security Advisor. In this context, Sir, one of our alumna, Mrs. Leela Ponappa, IFS, was also a Deputy National Security Advisor. Our Honorable Governor has thrown open the grounds of Raj Bhavan to the common man and has hosted a number of events there. We were touched by a warm hospitality in Raj Bhavan, sir. We are delighted to welcome you to our campus. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting.
College conducts this program on drug abuse awareness and prevention. The objective of the program is to educate college students about the dangers of drug abuse and to promote healthy strategies for coping with stress and challenges. Reasons young people have cited for using drugs: to escape from stress, to alleviate boredom, to explore and experiment, to fit in with peers, from family or surrounding influences. Drugs are basically toxic substances. Alcohol and cigarettes are among the most widely used and abused drugs. Although it may seem common for young people to experiment with other substances like cocaine, heroin, or cannabis, this behavior often starts with one drug to gradually leads to another, ultimately leading to a miserable life. They believe that drugs will give them the boost they are seeking, but in reality, drugs will inflict severe harm, possibly leading to a painful end to death. Recognizing the significance of drug abuse awareness and adopting effective prevention strategies are essential in steps in addressing this global crisis. Raising awareness is the initial step. Explaining about today's program, this program consists of various types of activities which will address the drug issues from multiple angles so that we can create a comprehensive approach to preventing and mitigating the impact of drug abuse. The first intercollegiate competitions is happening in WCC, wherein students from 40 colleges are participating. The competitions are organized in 3 categories: essay, poetry, and speech competitions, conducted in both Tamil and English languages. Winners are awarded with cash prizes. Highlighting the dangers of drug abuse and offering prevention tips. Most importantly, We will spread our awareness campaigns across all available social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, and more. We will work under the vision and guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Thiru Narendra Modi ji, to address the drug abuse, which will be achieved through central and state government projects and in collaboration with other NGOs and in other institutions. To sum up, by focusing on early intervention, healthy lifestyles, strong family and community support, and mental health services, we can reduce drug abuse and its harmful effects. Community and individual actions are crucial in supporting these efforts. By working together, we can create a society that reduces drug abuse and fosters a healthy future for everyone. Through our programs, we aim to raise awareness among millions of students across the state and reduce the abuse of both soft and hard drugs. Dear students, choose life, not drugs. Raise awareness and prevent abuse. So, don't die before you are dead. Thank you.
Thank you, Thiru S. Anthony. We now turn our attention to the voices of the future as one of our students steps forward to share her perspective on drug abuse awareness and prevention. I now invite Ms. Deborah Shalini Samuel, a third-year BA English student, to deliver her inspiring speech on this crucial topic.
Good morning. I consider it an honor to stand here today before the esteemed dignitaries on stage and my fellow students. Today, unbeknownst to us, we are standing at a crossroads. One path leads to despair and utter hopelessness, while the other leads to life and vitality. How many of us have made the right choice? A crisis looms large over us, a crisis that threatens the very fabric of our society. Yes, it is the crisis of addiction, a silent epidemic that has ensnared millions of our fellow citizens, especially the youth of this hallowed country. Many are unaware that drug addiction is not merely a personal choice. It is akin to a chronic brain disease that has stripped individuals of their dignity, their health, and their potential. It is a scourge that knows no boundaries, reaching into every corner of our land, from bustling cities to quiet villages. It enslaves the rich, the poor, men, women, and children. It shows no mercy. Drugs affect the body's central nervous system. They affect how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. A sane, sensible person is transformed into a sad, deranged individual who is unable to contribute anything to society because of the shackles of addiction. Families are broken, careers are lost, one's financial stability is completely destroyed. The statistics are staggering. Millions of Indian citizens are caught in the clutches of alcohol, cannabis, and opiates. Our youth, the future of our nation, are falling victim to this insidious enemy at an alarming rate. It is estimated that in India, around the time most boys reach the 9th grade, about 50% of them have tried at least one substance listed under narcotics. Based on the data gathered in October 2023, it is estimated that around 7.21 crore people are affected by drugs in India alone. The scenario looks bleak, but within this darkness, there is hope. We, and only we, have the power to break the chains of addiction and forge a brighter future, not only for ourselves, but for the generations to come. In the 103rd episode of Man Ki Baat, our Honorable Prime Minister has stated that on August 15, 2020, the central government had launched Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan, a campaign which has so far reached more than 11 crore people. This campaign is a three-pronged attack, combining supply reduction by the Narcotics Control Bureau, awareness, demand, and outreach reduction efforts to social justice and empowerment, and treatment through health departments. As reported by The Hindu in October 2023, India has destroyed more than 10 lakh kilograms of drugs. This shows the government's commitment in tackling the supply side of the equation. These efforts are commendable, but they are not enough. Our Honorable Prime Minister has stated, drug addiction becomes a big problem, not only for the family, but for the whole society. In such a situation, for this danger to end forever, it is necessary that we all move forward in this direction in unison. As Robert Collier said, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Our fight against addiction requires the same dedication, a commitment to small, consistent actions that will yield a significant change. We, as responsible citizens of this resilient nation, must play a part in this fight. Let us educate ourselves about the dangers of drug abuse and the path to recovery. Let us help those who are struggling and offer them compassion, not judgment. Let us create a society where seeking help is not a stigma but a sign of strength. Together, we can create a nation free from the shackles of addiction, a nation where every individual has the opportunity to reach one's potential, a nation where hope triumphs over despair. Let us be the change. Let us be the generation that breaks the cycle of addiction and forge a brighter, healthier future for India. Nashe si mukti, jeevan ki samriddhi. Bodai podal tavalpom, valkeye nesipom. My dear friends, let us all say no to drugs and say yes to life. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Deborah, for the engaging speech. I now request the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu to administer the pledge on drug abuse awareness and prevention. Please remain standing for the pledge.
On August 30, 2024, during the launch of the Drug Abuse Awareness and Prevention Program, I commit to raise awareness about the negative impact of using drugs, promote evidence-based voluntary services for all people who use drugs, educate about drug abuse, disorders, available treatments, and the importance of early intervention and support. Empower young people and communities to prevent drug use and addiction. I pledge that I will do everything possible to the best of my ability to make myself, my family, friends and society away from drugs and enjoy a healthy life. Thank you.
It is a great privilege that I now invite our chief guest, the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, to share his thoughts and reflections with us. His words of wisdom will undoubtedly provide guidance and inspiration as we continue to combat drug abuse and its far-reaching consequences.
Respected Dr. Lillian Jasper, Principal, Women's Christian College, Thiru S. Anthony, Managing Trustee, Anthony Charitable Trust, faculty members of this college, distinguished invitees, my dear students, members of Anthony Charitable Trust, all those social workers, those who are together in this campaign against drug, friends from media, Anaivarkum Vanakam. Friends, I'm quite delighted to be here this morning in the presence of this prestigious educational institution with a very proud and rich history and heritage of over 100 years. This institution has produced a large number of successful women leaders who have not only made their family but the whole country proud. It's a matter of sheer delight and privilege to be here and be with you. I am all the more delighted because I see in front of me the women leaders of our country. All of you, you are at that stage in life where a sky is open to you. And I'm sure this institution equips you not only with the knowledge and a skill, but also with the confidence to soar high and measure the height of the sky. And he will do that. Friends, we all know that our Prime Minister has been all the time insisting on Nari Shakti. For long we have talked about women empowerment. That's a very patronizing kind of expression. You are empowering women. I think in every family, we all know it, though we may not be so frank in admitting it, but in every family it is the woman who is the backbone of the family, who holds the family together. Look at the power of the woman. The thing is, so far, society has been unfair and unjust by denying them the avenues and opportunity where they could come forward and show their capacity and lead the society and the country. So, from women empowerment we have moved to women-led governance, women-led society, women-led country. It is the women leadership that will make this country great. This will make this country fulfill its destiny. It is a common knowledge that a society or a country cannot grow to its full potential if the half the population is denied opportunity to blossom to their optimum potential. And so, today, all the avenues are open to you. All that you know, all that you need to do is to be aware of it. What are the opportunities before you? Because many a times I have seen, as a chancellor of my state universities and even in the private universities, I have been going, interacting with the youth. I am very pleasantly surprised, I should say happy, that in my convocation invariably I find the number of women graduates exceeding the number of men. And when it comes to the medal, there is no comparison. It is the women who bag almost, at times I have to stretch myself to see among the medal winners if there is any boy, any man. Very few. It's the woman. Now with this kind of talent, this kind of intellectual strength, we see a very, very bright future for our country. Friends, this morning we are here to talk about a very, very serious threat to our future generation, to the future of our country. Threat not only to individual and family, to the society and the nation as well. This is the threat emanating from drug abuse. I am happy, I am glad, and I am thankful to Anthony Charitable Trust and Women Christian College to have partnered to organize this event about awareness of dangers of drugs. We need more such initiatives because the challenge is pretty large, threat is humongous. We cannot be in denial mode. It is here, it is widespread. Hardly any institution can claim genuinely that there is no drug around. Friends, I've seen how drugs have not only destroyed the individual and the family, it has destroyed the entire society, entire state. I have seen it in the states of Northeast. I have seen it in Punjab, the most prosperous, once most prosperous and leading state of the country. In 1980s, it was the front-ranking state. Agriculture, industry, service. In every field, they were the pioneers. Today, it has become a classic case just within about 3 decades. Look at the destructive power of drug. For long we thought that perhaps drugs are only limited to certain areas. I came here about 3 years back, and since this issue has been very, very at the core of my heart, numerous parents have come and talked to me about concern. But for long we have been in a denial mode. You cannot solve a problem so long you do not confront it. The problem has to be confronted right in the face. The phrase goes, catch the bull by the horn. If you don't stare the problem in its eyes and tries to resolve it, you will not succeed. Denial or being an ostrich-like frame of mind, this will keep aggravating the problem. When we talk about drug here, in our state, often we limit ourselves to ganja. Friends, we have gone far beyond. Ganja is bad. There cannot be any justification for our people having a smoking ganja. But today, we have synthetic drugs. We have cocaine, we have heroin. we have amphetamine, we have tramadol, we have opium, we have varieties of drugs in various forms, small sachets being sold around. These drugs are highly addictive. It's not like just taking a puff of cigarette. Many young people have done at the young age, but gone away. But those who get hooked on to these drugs, their life is spoiled. They become an object of pity. They not only destroy themselves, they also destroy their family. And of course, the society suffers in the process. We must be very careful about it. And when it comes to drugs, I'm talking about chemical synthetic drugs more. It is a multi-billion industry. It is a multi-billion industry. It is not simple demand and supply. There are people who are supplying it, and they are creating demands among the youth, because youth are the most vulnerable. This is the age at which you like to experiment with a lot of things. But experimenting with the drug is the most dangerous. So, when I say it's a multi-billion industry, there are entities, there are even countries which are thriving on drug money. And they look for market across the world. And they create demand. But there is a third dimension to it also. There are some entities, some countries, they also use drugs as an instrument of a strategic interference, a strategic weapon, to destroy the generation, the youth of the adversary country or adversary society. They find ways to pump, to supply synthetic drugs to their target countries. So demand, supply, and the third dimension is the drugs being used as a strategic instrument by hostile powers. History is witness. There have been countries where the countries have fought war, and because the one country has tried to induct drugs in the other, and that too at a proportion that was not acceptable, so they fought war. But they do it in such a subtle manner. There have been seizures in our own neighborhood. When I say neighborhood, is not a neighboring country. I'm talking about seizure in the Arabian Sea, seizure in the Bay of Bengal, across the coast of Kerala, across the coast of Tamil Nadu. Our navies have seized, our coast guards have seized metric tons of synthetic drugs being sent from foreign countries. We know there are syndicates here in our state with some people sitting in Middle East and Pakistan. They get these heroines from Afghanistan, because Afghanistan is a country that thrives on drug money. The power that is there, they have all through. They have survived and launched their operations, carried on their operations through earnings from drugs, opium, heroin. Heroin is a product, derivative of opium, which they cultivate, and that is why there is an expression called narco-terrorism. We know that there are syndicates which our agencies have discovered, taking actions, where drugs are sent with incentives, not only money, but also that if you are able to sell so much of a drug, you will also get a Kalashnikovs, AK-47. It is happening here in our land. There are nodes which are stationed in our state. For long we have been in a denial mode that, okay, the drugs are there in neighboring states. We have heard stories of drugs in Kerala, Karnataka and all, as if we were an island insulated. It's not so. Let us not be in a denial mode, because Tamil Nadu, our state, is a progressive state. Our state is the engine of national growth. We have the finest of human resources. We have the best of environment, and naturally it is going to be the target of the hostile powers, hostile countries. And they will try to induct these kind of stuff, narcotic substances, and induce more and more of our youths towards it. Let's be extremely cautious of it. Extremely cautious about the threats of it. It's a very complicated. Earlier we used to have two sources. One on the east of Bharat, India, we used to call it Golden Triangle. Golden Triangle is an area where you have Laos, Burma, which is called Myanmar today, and Thailand, the trijunction of it. That was the place where they used to produce opium, and then they'd make the derivative heroin and others, and used to ship. And another one in the western is called Golden Crescent. This is Afghanistan, primarily, where they produce, their main economy is drug. There are countries in the world, they're all worried about it. Europe is worried about it. United States of America is worried about it. Other countries as well are worried about it. And we have all the more reason to be very, very worried about it. We have seen how I told you at the very beginning how Punjab, a very happy and prosperous society, has become a basket case today. It's a very, very serious problem. It's not simple. And while the supply side is to be addressed by the enforcement agencies, the demand side has to be addressed by all of us in the society. Because we have to not only reduce, we have to eliminate, we have to eradicate the demand for drug. And hence the role of such institutions which are creating the awareness. Side by side, our experience also tells us that why is it that our youth, those of them, those who get attracted, why do they get attracted? It's not just out of fun only. Many times it is a stress. And you know what is that stress? One major factor of stress, we often call that a stress is because of this, so much of a study and all. But primary source of a stress which we have noticed, I am a witness to this because I did the study in certain states of our country, it is the family. Today families have no time, the parents have no time for the children. There is little time when they sit and talk together, and many a times when the victims, the young people, young boy or girl who gets into it, when you ask, they say parents didn't have time to talk to us. I think along with creating awareness among our students, our youth, it is also time to create awareness among the parents. And I think academic institutions like Christian College, Women's Christian College, can play a very significant role. You must tell them that your indifference to your children, it is not enough you are giving the financial support, that's not enough. You need to be there, every day, part of a routine. When your children, they come and sit with you and share their problem, you share. Not necessarily problem. But when you have a common time together, that takes away or significantly reduces the stress. it is a necessity. Unfortunately, this problem, till some time back, till a few decades, not long, hardly about a decade or two ago, we thought that this was a problem of the West. It was not in India. No longer. You can see in your own families. How much time do you sit along with the family members, with the parents, where you share your gossip, your days, what you have done. They tell you how has been the day. The family, our core structure of our country, our society. That family, the core structure is under huge stress. They may be they can say, yes, both parents are working, they don't have time. No, it's not acceptable. You can be working, but there has to be a time for the family. And then the family today, we have seen, and all of us, you will bear witness to the fact that whenever they meet, everyone is busy on their own mobile. Parents are on their own screen, children are on their own screen, in the same room, but there is no conversation with some virtual entity somewhere else. No, this is not. You have to have in family a time where these gadgets are out of bound. Okay, evening, 7 to 9 or 8 to 10, whatever be the time. No. In the room where the family meets, don't keep the gadget. Nobody will listen to gadget. And I tell you, heaven is not going to fall. People have it. It's an addiction again. It's an addiction again. I often, for hours and hours, I do without my phone. I keep it away. I know that if there is something so important, it will come to me, it will reach me. It is important that if we have to fight successfully this menace of drug, we have to restore the values of a family. And I think you, women students, you also have a responsibility to tell your parents. Why is it that we are not sitting together? Don't leave it only to the parents. If parents are not listening, it is the student, the children who have to tell them. Do that. And you know, our experience is that fathers often listen more to their daughters than to sons. And daughters take more liberty with fathers than sons. This is what we see in every family. So, you also have a responsibility to tell your parents in case in the families we do not have a family time. Friends, today our country is full of opportunities. It's not like what it was some years ago. You know, till about a decade ago, our country was at the margin of world affairs. When we became independent, we were the 6th largest economy in the world. In the subsequent 6.5 decades, we dropped down to 11th economy. We became poorer. We became more illiterate. India was home to a largest number of sick and poor and illiterate people. Today, we are the 5th largest economy in the world. From 11th, we have come to 5th. Today, we are the fastest growing economy, large economy in the world. Post-COVID, most of the developed countries are struggling to fight off recession. Whereas in India is progressing, is moving forward with over 7% growth. Today, India is the hope of the world. India is emerging as engine of growth for the world. Our digital public infrastructure, I know all of you have mobile phones, smartphones. Not only you go to the rural areas, everyone has it. Is envy of the advanced countries. They have not reached that. Even United States of America has not reached that. When it comes to digital payment, there is a revolution. In the field of startups, we were nothing till 10 years back. Today, we are among the top 3 in the world. And who is doing this? It's mostly young men and women like you. Today, all the avenues are open to you. If you are not growing, if you are not flying high, perhaps largely the problem is yours. You have to think of it. There is no dearth of opportunities. In our own country, in our own state, I have been traveling far and wide. In the nook and corner, I have been traveling. I have seen rural women entrepreneurs. They didn't have the privilege to study in a proud institution like this. And yet, when I see the self-confidence in their eyes and how they are successfully marching ahead. In the last 3 years, more than 1.25 crore people have taken Mudra loan. You know, this is collateral free. And more than half of them are women. More than half of them are women. So capital is available. Start something. Don't be dependent on somebody giving you a job. You can do anything, you can become anything. Today our country is full of opportunities. You can go join the defense forces if you so wish. We have an OTA, Officer Training Academy here, which take, and this time, some time back when I visited, I was delighted to see a large number of women officer cadets. Every field is open to you, be it science, be it technology, be in academia, be in a startup. They're all open to you. Make use of it. Because when you take advantage of the opportunity and when you grow, it's not only that you grow or your family grows, but the nation grows in this process. Because we all together constitute this nation. All of you are our national assets. Realize that your life is not just your individual life. You have a responsibility towards yourself, towards your family. And in the process, you also become a partner in building the nation. Remember that. Remember that this is the golden time for our country. And you are fortunate to have been born in this. Many a times I feel envious of you. Many a times I thought, I wish I could have been born at this age. Because so much of opportunities. Because when I was like you, coming from a rural family, no electricity, nothing, no road, no means of communication. Today we find full of opportunities. It is the golden opportunity. And that's why our Prime Minister often says, Idu neram, Shariyana neram, Bharat in Ponnana neram. This is the golden time for our country. Achieve it, realize it. And in the process, realize that one biggest enemy that will affect your journey towards your dream will be drug. So, be careful, be cautious. And each one of you, not only be cautious in yourself, but you also be the ambassadors of anti-drug campaign. Each one of you, wherever you are. Watch your siblings, a younger one. You are in university, you are in college, but maybe your sibling is in school, is a high school. Watch and see whether that boy or girl is he or she, is he okay? Be mentor, be the counselor, be the guardian of your younger siblings in the family. You have a greater responsibility. And I'm sure he will achieve it, he will do it. And he will make not only your family proud, this institution proud, but he will make the nation proud. Friends, I wish you the very, very best in your journey of life, in your career, very, very bright and beautiful, and as a partner in the nation building, I wish you the very best. Thank you very much. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Honorable Governor, for your inspiring address and invaluable presence. Your support and insights have greatly enriched our event and strengthened our collective efforts in addressing the issues of drug abuse. At this juncture, we request all the dignitaries to kindly move downstage and take their seats.